Hello. So I had to talk about that video in another video because this is a long story. And this one is going to be in parts because there's no way that I could talk about all of this in just one video. I lived in Vail, and me and my stepdad were talking one day. I don't know how, but we got on the topic of ghosts. Probably because of his house and what was going on there. Just kidding. But yeah, so I was talking to him about, I don't know, I was cooking lunch or something, and he was talking to me about a time that he was with somebody, and he was telling me about how this girlfriend that he had, he met her at some party or something. I'm not exactly clear on the entire details of this story because it's been a long time, and it wasn't necessarily, well, it was a story that I was being told to me. And he was saying that they were basically devil worshippers. And I told him, well, what's wrong with you? Why didn't you just leave? And he said he couldn't leave. He said he tried numerous times, but just whatever happened, he always ended up there. He always stayed there. He tried to leave, and she would be there to pick him up. Something bad would happen. He had nowhere else, nothing he could do. And then she would be right there to pick him up, and then he would go because he had no choice, in the time. And he was kind of young, I know that. And him and my mom have been married now for like 30 years probably, or I don't know, somewhere around there. But anywho, he was telling me the story about this girl, and he said that so many things happened at this house when he was with her, living there with her, that he doesn't even remember. And he says it was so scary that he just couldn't even remember everything that happened. It was just so scary to him. And he said that they knew exactly, somebody he ran into told him that he was going to be with her. And they told him that he was also going to be with my mom, and that my mom was going to be his last wife. And so far that is true. And so he just told me a whole lot of stuff that creeped me out. He even said that he left the house one time. Well, he said that there was times that they just said, all right, you got to go for a couple days and then come back. And I was like, then you would just leave? And he said, yeah, I would leave. And then they told me to come back in like X amount of days, and then I'd come back. He said that one time, though, that he left, and when he left, he forgot something. So he went back to the house to get it. And when he arrived at the house, he said there was like a dead cat or a skinned cat or something with the cat. And obviously wasn't alive. And then he said that there was the lady, the mom of this girl, was on a rocking chair just swaying back and forth. And he said her eyes were red. And he said that there was no response from her. And she was just rocking on that chair. And he was just freaked out. And I was like, and he said he grabbed whatever it was he needed and left. And I was like, oh my God, that's just so crazy. I don't even know how he lived with all that, whatever. I was just freaking out over the story he's telling me, okay? And I'm getting really sucked in because, damn, this is happening to my stepdad. And I'm like, dang, this is crazy. This is scary. And I can't believe he survived that. I can't believe he lived there. I can't believe he chose to stay there. But he was, saying that it wasn't really necessarily, he felt like he had no choice. And then, he just told me some other stories, things that happened that were creepy and I don't know. But so what he said was that, and I asked him, well, how did you get away from her? How dang, that's crazy. And he said that one day he just was told by them, all right, time for you to go now. We're done. And he was like, okay. And he said he left. And that's how they broke up. And I was like, what the heck? That is so weird. That is just insane. That's an insane story. And I was like, and they probably watch what the hell you do, and this is crazy, and blah, 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 And I'm a little freaked out, dang, and then all this stuff is happening in your house, and then this and that. Now, I know stuff happened in my other house, but it just seemed a whole lot more of activity. It was more spread out over there. Here it was just like a lot. So, yeah. Sorry, I had yet again a little interruption, but not a big major one. Anyways, so, I don't even know where I was at. Okay, so I'm all into the story, and he's telling me all this stuff, while I'm cooking lunch, dinner, I don't know, whatever it was. And then I was just like, God, they must watch you all the time, Johnny. Or like, what if they... I didn't mean to say his name. But whatever. Okay, whatever. I guess it's public information, whatever. But anyway, so I was just like, dang, they must watch you all the time and so forth and whatever, And this is... So I go to bed, okay? Like I usually do, just my normal routine. As a little teenager that I was probably like 16, 17 years old. I don't know. I was 16. I was 16 years old. And I go to sleep, okay? And at 5:36 a.m., I am woken up. And I don't mean like I just, I heard a noise, I woke up. I mean like I was woken up. I was like, and I'm like, oh, holy shit, what the hell? And I'm looking around, and I'm in darkness because now I sleep in the dark because of that other experience. And I don't see anything, but I feel it. I feel something right next to me, like it was standing right there on my bed. Like I felt it big time. And yeah, so I was petrified. I felt that being or whatever that was in my room, standing over me on my bed. And I was freaked out. I was scared. I didn't know what was happening, just based on the feeling that I had, and I was so scared that I couldn't even move. Like, I couldn't even, like, I had a TV at the end of my bed, and I couldn't even go to turn it on just to have some light in there because I was freezing. I mean, I'm not freezing. I was scared as hell, and I was scared to look around. I mean, I was looking around. I couldn't see anything, but I was just scared out of my mind. Okay, and I put the blankets over my face again, and I fell asleep. So, this was the start and of this experience. This was the beginning of this experience, okay? And what I learned from this experience thus far was that I have fear. Oh, do I have fear? I am scared. I am very scared. I am very scared, okay? To translate that, just kidding. But no, I am very scared. And it is a good thing. It's a good thing to know when you have something you need to work on. Yeah, and that's what I learned that day. That I am very afraid. Super, super, super afraid. And could sense things around me, and I could feel that thing, and I could feel that damn energy, and it wasn't good. Was not good. Nor did I feel good. And then I couldn't help but think in my mind that the story my stepdad was telling me earlier kind of matched possibly something that woke me up that day. And yeah, it freaked me the F out. Like bad. Like really bad. To my core. And it was pretty damn scary. So, more parts to come. Wait, actually wanted to add one more thing. The reason it's good to know that you are afraid of something, even though it may not be a great emotion. Because if you don't recognize it, how the hell are you going to fix it? How the hell are you going to work on something? And that's why it's good to know